I'll start because time's just slipping on by. Got a little stormy sky. We got some freshly bloomed lilies. Oh my. I grew these babies. And we got some emerging sunflowers and some dead irises behind me. They just blossom quickly and then seem to shrivel and die and dry up just as quick. Metaphor for good things slipping? Perhaps, I don't know. Coming at you, looking like a kind of cool kid, a wannabe cool kid. I got hearts on my knees. Oh geez, oh geez. I got Los Angeles on my head. I'm trying to taste the moment, trying to own it, but it's harder than it sounds. I'm just having some profound envy lately, and so I wrote a poem about it. Los Angeles girl, you was in my dreams, and there's always this one particular person that I'm with in my dreams in LA, and he knows who he is, and it's weird. High intensity moments shared with this person, and it's always like zombies and like orgies in empty swimming pools, and like that sounds fun, but it's more like fuck to save your life, not like because it's fun. Yeah, just running and more running and like running over buildings, and you're like jumping over this building and like just to get an ounce of anything, and that's how it kind of feels there in reality, and just like explosions going off and more explosions, like almost every movie coming out lately, and it just feels grating and berating, and you're just trying to get like a little something on your plate, and it's like, nah, you're gonna have to like kill 50 zombies to get that little nibble, that little dribble of honey. And yeah, the same cast of characters pops up, and I tell ya, I was just about to erupt, like insane amount of anxiety looking for this piece of artwork in my basement. Oh, did I just like leave the other thing I was gonna bring? I found it. I found it, and I kind of want to show it because it was part of the thing. I hate when I like gather up my props and I'm like, okay, I got my props and we're ready to go, and then I like leave my props sitting around. Okay, I got it. I'm so funny. I'm so funny, just like bees make honey. Oh, that was a bunny. No joke. He just scurried away. That wasn't even for rhyming purposes. A bunny just heard me coming and got to running. Little bunny. Yeah, so where the were we? Right, so I was frantically, as I always am anytime I try to find something in my freaking house, frantically trying to find this piece of artwork, with the same person who always appears in my dreams, and a handful of other cast of characters that I just cruised the streets with back in that time. We were in Venice Beach and doing what you do in Venice Beach, reaching out for something wonderful, smoking weed, dodging creepy peeps, that kind of thing. And this unhomed fellow was selling his artwork, and we collectively pooled our very little money together and bought this piece called The Jester. And we all saw so many things in this image. I can't remember who got the original. I think I let this fella have it because I was so gaga over him, and I feel like I should have kept it because, I don't know, I just feel like I should have been able to keep it, but I let him keep it. And I think we did a thing where we were like, we're all going to stay in touch and we're all going to be so close forever and we're all going to share custody of the piece of art. So the rest of us got Kinko's copies of The Jester, and man, I just let my anger fester trying to find this Jester. I was going through every old suitcase and every old bag, and then that just got me on this drag feeling of like, what happened to time? And I just feel it slipping away, and I got panicky, like I have to hold on to the pieces. If I don't hold on to the pieces, I'm gonna lose them. And but Jesus, can't lose the pieces. And I couldn't find it, so I don't know. Look, anybody have a copy of The Jester? I want to look at it. And it was this huge face of a jester that had all of these intertwined meanings and things and swirly gigs and just trippy shit to make you think and split those thoughts into a million other thoughts. And so yeah, I'm pretty sad I couldn't find it. I found this weird thing that's a Colorado artist that just kind of like made me feel my feelings, and I think I've shown pieces from him before, but I don't know, it's just very accurate. Just like there's like a 1,000 tentacled octopus trying to crawl out of my throat, and I don't know what to do about it. And as I was doing my desperate searching, it's weird, I also found this. It was what I kept my contacts in LA, and it says Happy Day, and I think it's interesting. Got it at a dollar store, and I don't know, it just makes me feel so much. And then I was looking through it, and it's all sorts of events that I either did or didn't attend, and all sorts of people that kind of fucked me over and kind of let me down. And then I found this weird scrap of paper as I was digging, and it's used to be near Hollywood Boulevard. I can't remember what street it was on exactly, but it was like an army surplus warehouse, and there was this obvious giant cock that was the flag, like obviously a cock. And I got a lot of good pictures of it before they painted over it and bougified it and made it same as most things are. And I found these really complex directions to this party that I found interesting, because I hate when I can't remember memories and when they just slip away from me. And like these crazy complicated directions: 101 past the 5 to the 210 east, stay in the carpool lane, past the signs for San Bernardino, follow the mountain resorts for 4 miles, past Waterman, take 173, Lake Arrowhead, just like so many blah 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 blah, blah, on and on and on and on and on and on. And then it says welcome to the party at the end of these very complicated directions. 15 seconds up the road, very specific, 15 seconds up the road. So I can't remember your party, homie. That's weird. I mean, I haven't been invited to that many parties, so it's sad I can't remember. But digging through memories. Where's the thread here? The thread in my head is that I am feeling absolutely excruciating, unbearable jealousy about my peeps, all these peeps I know who are currently residing in LA and making shit happen, getting on TV, getting on good TV, not even just like any TV, getting on good TV and making stuff come to life and getting it and somehow pushing past the strife of it all. And it makes me feel weak, and it makes me feel like I gave up, and it makes me feel anxious and antsy and crazy. But then it's this juxtaposition of feelings where like I'm sitting amongst the lilies right now, and I know there's flowers in LA, but it's different. The expanse of clean space around me at any given moment here is so dear to me, and it is so rare. And even this little used to be sleepy town that I'm from is now a city that's just like shitty conglomeration of human amalgamation, just freaking busy town station, everybody pushing their way through to be in the same spot. And it's really got me hot-headed and sad. But it's just rad here. These lilies are rad. This sky is rad. And I'm trying to taste the moment, appreciate where I am. Yeah, jealousy. I don't condone it, but I'm feeling a lot of it. It's I'm reeling from these jealous, envious feelings. Like, how are you enduring what you have to endure out there? And I feel so rattled by it. Like, they're all going to these super cool parties, but then I think about what it would like to actually be there, and it makes my hair on my arms stand on end in a bad way. Because I know what it's actually like and what it actually takes. And it's just this tug of war. It's just this tug of war in my brain where I'm like, should I be there? Could I even be there? The last time I was there, man, the human suffering just really got to me, and I'm kind of confused. I mean, like, 20 or more people I know are living there right now. And in these times, in these like combustible, flustery times of just dipping our toes past the world of COVID, and we're still not out of that yet, y'all. I know we think that woods is in the back of us, but we're still in the woods. And the woods, Hollywood. I don't know. It's not good to feel so conflicted and jealous, but that's what I feel. I'm just being human with ya. I'm just being Teal's the real deal. And that's the real deal for me right now. Like, how did all this time go by? And I don't even know. I got stuck in a freaking restaurant, and I don't even know what happened. And yes, I've found beautiful experiences, and I've found reciprocal love, but it's just this shoving against my soul that I can't ignore and I can't hold at bay, that I still feel like I have so much to say. And I guess that's the place you have to be to get anybody to put a camera on you to say it. I don't know. You can make a movie anywhere. I'm in despair and trying not to be about the fact that I don't know where to be, and I don't know where to put myself, and I don't know where to give of my soul stuff. I don't know where to deposit my gifts, my offerings. It's got me feeling really crazy. So, yeah, it's a whole boatload of people I know living there, and I'm kind of just like, so, but how are you managing to avoid the immense human suffering and, like, dead or dying bodies and, like, hot heat and, like, competing and like the falsity of people, the falseness, the masks that people wear, not just COVID face masks, but like, this is who I am, but I'm actually going to like totally screw you and steal your contacts and never look back. Like, I experienced so much of that there, and so much that wasn't fair, and so much that made me want to rip my hair out. And I'm just not sure how. I mean, and good for them for facing it and being able to taste that moment and be in it and make something of it. But yeah, I'm just bearing my soul here, people. I don't know. It's a really insufferable level of frustration that I just, I know exactly what awaits at that train station, that analogy train station. And it's busy and it's bustling and it's hustling and hustle and people just who want to cut your throat to get you off the boat. It's just like, I don't know. How are you all coping with the smog? And I just I just feel like is it cliche to have a dream anymore? Does anybody care that I have this dream and the dream is still the same and it makes me scream in the middle of the night because the dream is still just right there? And I don't know, it just kind of seems like everybody's gonna get on the shows. They're all gonna get on one of the 5,000 streaming services, or they're gonna get 3 million views on TikTok for whatever on TikTok, or they're gonna knock me off the log on Survivor and then I will be kicked off the island. I don't know, it just feels like the most cliche thing in the world anymore. Like everyone around me is right there trying to do the same exact thing, and I don't know what I have to bring to the table anymore. Or I do know, but is anybody ever gonna like scoot over the turkey so that I could put my thing on the table too, or the yams or whatever? Or you want any of it? Would you like some? I feel like it's something what I have. So maybe I'm making sense and maybe I'm not, but it's painful. It's very painful what I'm feeling right now. So I'll just put it in poetry form. And when I was digging around for the Jester, I found these delights, these lovely little delights of memory. It's me when I moved to Hollywood at 17. I am only 17 here, and I'm just trying to hide my fear. And, oh yes, this one, but definitely not this one, but this one is good. Not that one. Let's take 1 million pictures and charge you so much money for it. And then tell you you're fat and tell you need tit implants. Good plan. So cutie little me just didn't even know what she was in for. And I don't know, I look at this girl, I look at this face, at these faces, and I'm like, oh, sweetheart, you really had so much to offer. And I don't even feel like I'm being me at all in these pictures. And that's the funny thing, is it's kind of like an analogy for Hollywood in general. Like, I showed up as me, and they made me wear this other stuff, and they were like, no, put this on and sit like this and look like this. And, you know, it's just like the signs they sell at Home Goods, like, be yourself, just be you. But no, don't do it that way. Do it this way. Do it our way. So this little sweet person, I don't know. It's crazy to me. And it's like the rage that I feel, the distinct, like, that's not even a good picture that you circled, jackass. That's not even one of the good ones. And the C is for commercial, of course. Well, that could be commercial. And that one's not very commercial. Like, that's not even a good picture either. Are you an idiot? I'm not even smiling my full smile there. But I just feel so much rage because I can remember him drawing squares around these with his stupid little white pen and then daring to look me in the eyes and tell me I needed to lose 20 pounds. I weighed 90 pounds. I would have died. And a friend of mine who's like making it now, like being an agent and making people blah blah. When I visited him last time I was there, he was clicking through all these emails and I saw the guy who was my agent in the email, and the rage I felt. I was like, oh, you're communicating with him, are ya? That's cute. Because there's no loyalty. It doesn't matter if you tell somebody, oh, that person like pretty much ruined my confidence and sent me into a deep hole of despair. Doesn't matter. I don't care. They have a chance to work with them and make some dough. They're gonna make that dough, you know? It's just like, it doesn't matter who kicks you in the groin. As long as there's some coin to be made. And it makes me very sad. So there's that little rag. And now here's my poem. We'll get on with it. So just these, I'm swimming in an ocean of these feelings and I have no idea what to do with them. Because everyone's like, well, then why don't you just go there then? And I'm like, that's not simple either. It's insane. It's insane there. Come on. Do you know how much it costs to live in a shoebox there? Like a literal shoebox. Do you know what that costs? And somehow, so many people I know are just doing it and getting invited to the parties. And cool. Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And so that's all it is. I'm poured into a human body, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that human body feels jealous and left out from the party, and foolhardy, and stumped. I feel stumped. And I have no idea how a fucking decade went by from all that. And I could taste it. It was like steak stuck between my teeth. I could taste it. And it was just like, even the nerdy people I met were just like trying to sleep with me and hurt me. I don't know. It's really rough. So here's a poem about it. And it's juxtaposed with all this, like, I'm trying to appreciate that I can sit in this dirt and touch it, and I can lick it, and it's clean dirt, and there's sunflowers growing out of it, and it's beautiful. And I hate that, like, predictable human thing where you're like, oh, but this other thing, though, this other thing that's tempting me. So that's just honesty, people. That's just me hitting you with the honest tea. Take a sip. Okay, let's flip the script and let's give you some poetry. Day 175. How about that jive? Isn't that crazy? 175, we've been doing this. That's wild. Okay, so long title. I'll probably shorten it for the labeling upon the thing purposes, but here's the words is. This one's called, Once, on Cahuenga, I locked my keys in my running car and watched a woman on drugs claw blood from her exposed breasts. Ain't L.A. the best? The irises bloomed and died quite quickly. The situation, it seems, is getting rather sticky. Everyone is clamoring, pick me, pick me. The fear is so mighty that I finally let them prick me. We gotta stick to whatever truth we can still see. We gotta flee from the VIP parties to rediscover the heartbeat that's been stuck under those all-important feet, pulverizing the meat of our sweet, hopeful tickers with their Louis Vuittons and Yeezys as their souls grow sicker. You have to be particular about which flowers you water. That's vital. You gonna do an impromptu backflip, kid? Well, you're gonna need a spotter. All these collagen lips belong to somebody's daughters, whose potential and brilliance got ground down to a pulp and turned to fodder for us to grab at one moment and then the next barely bother to notice. Sweetheart, you don't want to blow this chance. Don't bat an eyelash if he unbuttons his pants behind that big, powerful desk. Yeah, you've heard the rest, 'cause it's about as common as silicone chests. Why can't you just rest in this greenness? Why are you missing all that meanness? You think this time they're gonna feed you promises and mean it? The scene is well lit. She hit her mark so well. They took a lot of pictures. Then they put her through hell. It's hard to tell if you're mentally sound when you go around saying you miss being so low. Remember how far you had to go just to slow down a tiny bit? Remember how casually he told you to just inflate your 17-year-old tits? Remember that comedy coach who didn't give a shit when your car filled with smoke after being crunched between two other cars and you hit your head on the steering wheel and swore you saw stars? Not far from his stupid studio. But he told your agent you were a no-show, even though he knew the whole story. And you swore when you looked in his eyes, you saw evil. But you still laughed at his stupid joke. We'll have all our people call your people. We'll have our people call your people. You were never treated as an equal, but you still lined up to audition for the stupid sequel. The human fecal matter in the street, the unbearable heat. And somehow, you're still sweet on that creep, like they didn't leave you in a heap of heavy inadequacies. Like you don't remember them ignoring your pleas and charging you extra fees for the thicker headshot photo paper and snapping their fingers at you like a waiter at one of their fancy hot spots because the sincere thoughts you gave were the incorrect ones. The real bums weren't the poor souls panhandling the underpasses and gutters. They were the ego strutters who loved to utter the words, "Not what we're looking for." They told you, tweak your look, but they weren't trying to book you. They were trying to score. Why the fuck can't you just appreciate how much more pure the molecules are here? You long for the constant fear? You pine for the screeching sports car gears? You wish you could still hear all those implacable screams at nights? You yearn to scrape by and brawl and fight for even a tiny bit of light? Yeah, I guess I do. I guess it's true. I guess that's right. We hung messages of hope in the siren-saturated night. We wrote songs about the plight of the handsome heroin addict living in the fiction section of the library. We bypassed scary sharks in three-piece suits to get to some sushi joint. We made a point of tracking down anyone with an ounce of magic that had not yet been drowned out. We shouted from the bluffs and made life-changing decisions off the cuff. We were dressed in cheap vintage and tougher than we looked. We bombed more than we booked. We shook like spider webs in torrential Category 5 hurricanes on so many occasions, feeling broken down and all the way insane. We made living collages out of our pain. We trained ourselves to make it a game. We drank champagne at the fucking Roosevelt. We picked accessories that explained expressly what we felt. We melted on the tar-covered streets. We were filled to capacity and still incomplete. I greet mornings here with clear skies and bird songs and still manage to feel like part of me belongs to that hellmouth of 10-ton doubts that stick to your soul like Velcro. Did I just play along there, or did I grow? I walked over a dead body on Hollywood Boulevard by Ripley's Believe It or Not. It was so hot, and it was as though some godly director yelled, "On with the show!" And no one else noticed. It's no nest of roses. It'll take your best and throw it in a trash compactor and tell you it'll strengthen you as an actor. What the fuck is that factor that makes me ache for another taste of all that fake flavoring when I could be savoring the genuine article? Every particle of me feels torn by the defeat of that place. And I see the smiling faces of my friends getting to attend parties with pet psychics and Marvel sidekicks and hot chicks who stick to their own. When I'm there, I feel so alone. And when I'm not, I feel unknown and panicked to be known, be shown on the big screen, be blown away by scene partners who serve to show me there's no business like, whoa, business. No business I know. I blow a kiss and send it that way. Surely it will get delayed by traffic. Am I a star or am I static? This belly-busting comedy starts to feel downright tragic. Does magic still reside there? In the thick cigarette air? I got to the castle, but not without even more hassle to bear. I cried under the pier, clinging for dear life to not have to leave, though it was squeezing me out. But there's so many other shows to stream, I doubt anyone cares. That psycho with a knife chased me all the way to the spiral stairs, and I got away. Whatever made me stay? Why did I go? Will I ever make a mark there? Maybe the star shiner knows. Oh. Yeah. I have another poem on here called To the Star Shiner, or it's more of like a short story, I guess. And it's about one of the best days I had there, talking to the guy who only has one leg and shines the stars all along the shiny boulevard. Or not so shiny. He makes it that way. And it's a tiny impact to some, but to me it was a really big one. And I don't know how that can be done to make a big impact. And everybody who knows me says, well, you gotta get out of that small town. You gotta get out of that tiny place. No one's ever gonna see your face in Fort Collins. And it's like, just makes me feel like bawling. Because I have a calling. And I'm not sure how to get somebody to pick up and stick up for me. Don't tell me I need to be more skinny. See me, see what I have inside to offer. It's more than so many of these little twits. So, I don't know who's in charge, flipping all the switches. But I wish they could flip one for me. Because I know what I'm supposed to be. I just am not sure how to be it. And I see it. And I dream about it. And then I start to fear it and doubt it. And shake about it. Not in a good way. So hooray for Hollywood. Hooray. Wonder what she'd have to say about it. She was sure it was gonna go her way. But sometimes that terrible pain is the price you have to pay to gain a foothold, get your story told. I believe I still can, and that I still will. But it's not an easy pill, as they say, to get down. So that's what I got. I'm gonna get up off the ground. And just keep my flow of poetry. And keep my head in the clouds. And try to be grounded. And take what I found and try to turn it around. Alright, LA peeps. Sure am jealous of ye, but hope you got that kiss I sent for ya. And I miss ya, Hollyweird. Even though you've steered me towards some very terrifying cliffs. You also gave me gifts. So, happy day. That's it.